These girls are still living in their Popeth with their extension. Not going to be able to do this soon. The new Popeth has been nerfed, so you can't, like, I don't know. The reason I like Popeths is you can buy a Popeth with tubes and all of that, and once they get a bit bigger and you need to attach your nest, you can undo this bit and you can use it as a small outworld. But now the removable bit here, which you can remove to kind of shrink it a bit, it's kind of fused onto it, which, yeah, it's not an improvement. So yeah, the Popeth rant, I've condensed it all down into this, but I think it definitely needs to be said, because I absolutely love version 1 Popeth, and recently it's just gone down the drain. Like, well, first, I don't know if they know how far they've stepped back, kind of thing. A lot of shops in the last 2 or 3 years, they completely ditched PLA for all of the connectors in the outworld, like the corner joints and stuff, because PLA is shit. It gets really brittle really fast, it falls to pieces and it cracks. And one of the things I liked about Antics is, although they're using PLA for the corners, they've got brass inserts in, which will hopefully reduce the chance of them cracking. And so far I've only had a couple of the joints like explode on me, and normally I'd have had a lot more, and a lot more rounded off holes, especially in PLA, because it just can't hold a thread, like, it's too weak. And yeah, now the corner joints in the Popeth have done that, which is kind of, there's a step back. Like, you can upgrade to PETG like everyone else and actually have long-term joints, but there's a reason everybody ditched PLA for corner joints. It's because it's rubbish and it doesn't last. So yeah, you've gone back there, and then now you've taken away the ability to take off the tube rack, and it might seem like nothing to you. So like, I love the Popeth, and I like the Popeth because out of all of the Venus clones, and the Popeth is a Venus clone, like, the Popeth was an improvement. A lot of the Venus clones were not an improvement, and it was like, why are you even bothering? Whereas the Popeth was actually an upgrade. And yeah, to take away the functionality though of that little bit, you've turned it back into a Venus, which is like, well, why do I want this nest when I could just get a Venus? I've already got enough Venuses. And it just seems a bit crazy and silly. Like, the old Popeth, it's a small outworld with 3 connectors on one side and 1 on the other, and that was why you buy it, because it did its job. But yeah, the new one, you basically, it's got 3 connectors on one side, but you can't really hook anything up to them. They're just kind of useless. That's my view on it. And it seems a bit stupid that to save 3 screws, it's like, or 2 screws, like taking away that utility, and that's the only reason I bought them. It's like, like, you're really going to save like that much money that it's going to outweigh people that are like, well, I don't want it anymore because it's not as functional. It just doesn't make sense. And I like the Popeth. Like, the Popeth is was, well, the new one isn't, but old Popeth is one of the best nests about, and I feel kind of annoyed too. I've recommended the Popeth so many times to like loads of people, and now I'm going to have to retroactively like go back. And normally with a nest, you get a new version, it's an improvement. You don't have to go back and be like, I don't recommend this anymore. Like, you don't have to do that. Whereas the new Popeth, it's like, I ain't recommending it to anyone. Like, it's not as good as the old one. I'm hoping a little novice shop makes their another little Venus clone that looks kind of like a Popeth and does all the same things as an original Popeth, and I'll buy that instead. Like, yeah, it saves 2 screws. It's kind of a bit meh. But yeah, on the other hand, the enhanced new nests, I definitely recommend them, and I'll keep recommending the, like, was it the bid back and the camshaft back, I think it is, because they're actually an improvement on the previous version, the new enhanced range, and yeah, they're good. So I can still happily leave all my recommendations for them in the past, but can't do that with a Popeth, which is But yeah, maybe someone at Antics that has some power will listen. And yeah, the way it was presented as well is basically there was no benefits, it was all for cost savings, and it's like, well, I'm a customer and I ain't gonna buy it anymore, so why don't you just charge me for them 2 screws and a removable little tube bit. I know that we're looking at the dives, but I am super disappointed with the new Popeth. But honestly, like, it just seems to be the way it's going. The end shitification. But yeah, Antics, they're good at making some stuff, but they're not really very good at taking back feedback, I think. I've told them multiple times that you get tube add-ons and you also get the joints for in the middle. If you notice this joint here, it's not an Antics one because the Antics ones are printed so thin that they fall to bits. So I just print my own now. And I've tried telling them that, like, yeah, your 3D printers, the wall thickness is way too thin. Like, you can spend like an extra quarter of a penny and probably double the wall size on every little joint. But yeah, I'll see if I can get an example for you. So here's an inside look at one of the connectors. Basically, you have 2 walls here, which is about 0.8 millimeters. That goes around the outside. Then there's another 0.8 millimeters of contact in the middle, which means that if you have a nest that's more than a few blocks big and you lift up the nest, it just snaps in two. Like, it's never been addressed. And yeah, I'm just gonna say it, like, if they don't start listening to people, they're gonna go downhill pretty fast. It only takes one of these to pop off when you're playing with your Pogonomyrmex colony. Let me show you. But yeah, these girls, they sting really hard, like really painful stings. And one time I was just lifting it up casually. It was only this block, that block, that block, and these two. Well, minus that one. It was about this big. I lift it up. Of course, that connector there snaps, letting these horrible stingy ants just pour out. I told them, but they didn't do fuck all about it. And yeah, it's a bit disappointing, to be honest. And it's like, why are you being so cheapskate on the connectors and stuff when you could literally just add 2 more layers to the wall thickness and it'd probably be sorted? But I'm just saying, it's not going in the right direction at the minute in the shop. And it's alright to just say it, because when Hollifer just said it about all these corners being a stupid size for the nest, they actually listened. So maybe that's how you do it. You just tell it straight, like, these connectors, crap, the new Popeth, crap.